Hey, scientists, grab those lab coats and goggles as we explore what happens to a community if one organism is removed from that community. Let's get into it with our essential questions.
Now, let's talk about our essential question. Remember, essential questions in science and in different lessons can help us think about what we already know about a topic, and it helps us connect to new ideas that we're going to learn today to help us produce a new thought about the topic. Our essential questions will be focused on our different science topics. So look for keywords. In those keywords, the minute you see them and recognize them, I want you to think, what do I already know about this topic? Once you have that in your mind, you want to look at the question again to see what we're trying to answer today or what are we trying to answer about that topic. It's important to remember that an essential question is like a goal as well. By the end of our science lesson, you should confidently be able to answer the essential question. Let's go over our essential question for today.
Listen as I read the first essential question. Where does the energy from a food chain come from? Read this one with me. Where does the energy from a food chain come from? Let's look at the next one. How does energy flow through a food chain? Read that one with me. How does energy flow through a food chain? And our last one. What happens to a food chain in an ecosystem if an organism is removed? Read that one with me. What happens to a food chain in an ecosystem if an organism is removed? We're going to focus on that last essential question today as we get into our activities. First, let's do our warm up. Our warm up activity is called mini environment posters, and here's how it will work. You will be separated into different groups. Each of your groups will be given a specific environment, and I'll go over what those 4 different environments are in a second. Each member of your group will be given one note card. On your note cards, you have to write either a plant or animal that you would find in your specific environment. Talk it out as a group because there can be no repeats for this activity. After you decide what plant or animal you're going to add onto your note card, draw and or label the note card with the name of the plant or animal that you chose. After you have had time to discuss with your group mates and add your information to your note card, you'll come back to this video and we'll actually add your plants and animals into your environments. And I'll explain how we'll do that later. You'll take about 3 to 5 minutes to complete the beginning part of this activity. And when we come back, we will take another 3 minutes to look at our animals in the environment. Let's go over the different environments that you might be assigned now. You will be given one of the 4 environments. You'll either be assigned desert, tundra, which is like the cold weather, forest, or coral reef, which is a warm type of water. I'll put the directions back up on the screen so you have a chance to review them. And then when you are done, remember 3 to 5 minutes, come back and we'll put your animals in these environments. For this next part and final part of the activity, you're going to need your note cards. Place a piece of tape on the back of your note cards so you're able to stick it up on the whiteboards when your specific environment comes up. Someone in your group will talk about different examples that you have in your environment, including the animals and plants that may live there and that you may see if you visit one of these environments. Let's start with our first environment. I'll project it on the screen, pause the video, and come up and add your pictures to the screen. The first group is the desert group. The next group to come up is the tundra group. Pause the video and add your organisms up on the screen now. The next group is the forest group. Pause the video now so the forest group can come up and share their organisms. And the final group is our coral reef group. Pause the video now for the coral reef group to come up. For our next activity, I will explain what you will be doing in small groups for the rest of class. We will be doing an activity with food chains. For this activity, you will be in groups of about 3 to 4 different students, no more than 4 students per group. In your groups, you're going to need to think about an ecosystem, such as bees in a field, or frogs in a pond, or something else that you might think of. You can brainstorm these as a class before starting your project to get some more ideas down. You'll also think about not only the ecosystem, but the food chain and the flow of energy in that ecosystem. For the next part, after you decided on your ecosystem, you're going to need to draw a detailed picture of your ecosystem. Now, this is the time to take your time. Make sure your artwork is big and it's clear. You want it to be taking up the poster paper so that your classmates are able to see the visual from far away. In your ecosystem, you want to show living things and non living things. And you also want to make sure that you're using different color. I'll show you an example of a quick ecosystem on the right now. Now you'll notice above the ecosystem, the picture is turned, so you might have to tilt your head, that there is a food chain. You need to show the food chain, the flow of the energy that is happening in your ecosystem. You'll put that on the top of your posters as well. After you do this, you guys will have time to hang up your artwork in the classroom and you'll proceed to an activity that your teacher will explain later. If you guys have any questions on what you're supposed to do for this activity, this food chains posters activity, pause the video and ask your teacher now. If not, good luck, scientists. I'm excited to see your posters. Talk to you soon. Bye.